What would you do if an employee of yours shows up drunk on a client call? I'm saying there is no space for morality in advertising.
So you don't want to win a Cannes?
Do you know what it takes to win a Cannes?
I don't know what it takes.
It takes money to win a Cannes.
If you have an MSME certification, the government also helps you with getting money back.
See, the role of marketing is not to twist facts.
Yeah.
It's to amplify what is good.
There is money in the form of salary and there's money in the form of business. It's different.
Okay, we have a fantastic session planned right now. But before that, welcome to yet another episode of this.
Living room.
I was going to say room. I was going to say this and then living and then I was going to say room, but you fucked it up.
We didn't plan it, sir.
It's a very interesting game. The game is called What Would You Do If? It's a great prompt. There's a laptop here. We've set up a couple of questions that I'm going to ask him and then he's written some questions he's going to ask me. We haven't rehearsed this. And we barely rehearse anything we do. So we're just going to
I think in life, I should start rehearsing a lot more things than...
Why?
I
think life's much better if it's all fluid.
Yeah, dude, but like presentations and stuff?
Presentations you should rehearse. You don't rehearse presentations. No, I rehearse presentations.
I should, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Adi a question. And then he'll answer and he'll ask me. Adi, what would you do if an employee of yours, and listen, fucker, please keep these short answers. These are not lengthy answers.
Okay.
What would you do if an employee of yours shows up drunk on a client call?
So are we...
It's a video call.
Are we completely convinced that the human being is drunk? There's no room
There's no room for doubt.
There's no room for doubt. Sack the dash right away.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want a short answer?
Okay, that's a little brutal.
No, it's not.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
It's a professional setting. You can't show up drunk. It's as simple as that.
But people make mistakes.
Sorry. People have to pay for their mistakes as well.
You've now shown up high in any meeting.
No.
You're not even going to have a conversation with this person.
No.
Okay. I think that's very brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, you do you, brother. Okay, your turn.
You want a short answer. If a large but slightly shady category. Okay.
Define shady.
Online betting.
Okay.
Smoking.
Okay.
Probably something where the lines are a little blurry, right? So let's assume CBD, TCH, that kind of zone. In these categories, the lines are very clear, but something down that path. Okay. Decides to pay you massive retainer.
Yeah.
Would you still take on that work?
Of course.
Okay.
If it's legal in India, of course I would do it. But I would prefer to do it in a way which really shook things up. I would take that as a challenge more than the fact that it's a large retainer. I would look at that particular project as a challenge. Because if you look at you call it shady. I don't think it's shady at all. If it's legal in India, why the fuck is it shady? If you look at that category and the way marketing is done in that category, I would try to reinvent that a little bit. So I would look at it from a different perspective.
So let me rephrase this question. Okay. So suppose you have moral qualms.
There's no space for...
If you have, but people have.
No, I'm saying there is no space for morality in advertising. I was once working with someone junior to me and he was anti... we were on the Bacardi business. Long time back.
Yeah.
He was anti-alcohol. Okay. He said, look, I'm not going to work on this business. I said, look, we are only servicing the Bacardi client. Right? That's the team that we have. If you're saying you can't work on this business, that only means one thing, that you have to leave. Because we can't sack the client because of you.
By the way, I've gone through a couple of interviews where people have asked me, are the brands that you work with, are all of them sustainable? Okay.
People have asked you this question.
Yes, and because they have this thing that they will not work with brands
Tough luck, brother.
which are not sustainable.
Tough luck.
Yeah. So that's how the world is today.
Yeah, tough luck.
Yeah.
You can't be in advertising, get a salary, solve for big brand problems,
Yeah.
and have a moral high ground. I'm so sorry.
So
That
you're
doesn't
saying
work
as
like
long as legally it's all in the clear, morality will not feature in your decision making at all.
that. Not at all. Would I do an ad for child trafficking? Fuck no. Obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Okay, interesting one. You have two partners currently, Vishay and Sumit. Yeah? You hear from the grapevine somewhere that either Vishay or Sumit, Vishay has been with you for forever, Sumit has been with you for
About a year, over a year.
for a year. Whoever, right? You hear from the grapevine that either Vishay or Sumit has interviewed at a fairly large firm and he's probably going to get hired. You've heard this from the grapevine. Okay? What will you do?
See, you're asking. So I don't know whether this is intentional, but you're asking me questions where the answer is going to be very short. Okay, I don't have business partners. I have brothers. Okay, and this situation will not happen.
This is a fucking hypothetical scenario. What do you mean won't happen?
So I'm telling you with certainty.
No, this is you fucking understand what the meaning of hypothetical is.
Yeah, but this again. So the nature of the relationship is such that this situation will not arise. It's as simple as that.
Wrong answer.
No, no.
Minus 10,000 points.
I can say this with certainty.
No, I can also say that this question is not valid because it's never going to happen. I can also say that no brand that does fucking alcohol is going to approach me.
Okay, so let's say it happens. It's just a conversation. हाँ bro, क्या चल रहा है?
And then what?
And then we talk about it. And then if there is a reason why, and this is true for all three of us, right? As in, if there's a reason why, if any of the three want to move on, they move on. But that's not going to happen. Like,
so this is for life.
So I have personally given a commitment to Vishay for life that if I do business, he will be involved. I will not do any business without Vishay. So you understand the nature of the equation. So these things.
If I burp, do you think this mic is going to catch my burp?
Yes, very clearly. So as I said, do this.
I might burp.
So before, when you're burping, cover the mic and then burp.
Okay. Your turn. The fuck all answer you give me, by the way.
No, true answer. Like 100% conviction answer, by the way. Like zero doubt for any error. Okay, second question. If a client asks, interesting. So, FEs and cans or whatever submissions, right?
Yeah.
If you were participating for a client for an entry, and obviously because you've done the creative, you'd be asked to kind of put together the entry and etc. And there were some numbers which were coming your way, and they would say, "Acha, thoda sa just kind of tweak the numbers a little bit."
But it's not up to me to tweak numbers.
If it happens, or
it's always up to the client to tweak numbers, never the agency.
Yeah, but if, as in, they are doing it and you are doing it and you are part of it, would you be okay with that happening and your name being part of that submission? So suppose you know that because you are the creative on it and some business metrics are getting reported along with that entire entry, and you know that there is
the answer is no.
Fudging of the numbers.
The answer is no, and there are two reasons why the answer is no. First is that principally I'm not okay with it. Second answer is that, again, principally, I don't believe in the award game anymore. I've played that game. I've seen what it really is. And I know enough not to play that game anymore.
So you don't want to win a Cannes?
No. I know what it takes. Do you know what it takes to win a Cannes?
I don't know what it takes.
It takes money to win a Cannes.
So you're saying anybody who wins a Cannes?
Okay, let me.
What do you mean by takes money?
I'll tell you. I was at an agency once. Very interesting story. I was at an agency once. My super seniors had, so you know the hierarchy in agency, like senior, super senior, agency head, this, that, whatever, right? My super seniors came up with this campaign, right? And so we used to, every quarter, we would be tasked to come up with campaigns, which would then be taken to the head of the agency. The head of the agency would take it to the head of the network, and the head of the network would say, yeah, spend money on this, as in entry fees. Yeah, this is going to go, this is not going to go, this is going to go to whatever, right? So at the end of that year, there would be a list of entries that could go. Right? My super seniors had done this campaign, right? I was in that room when this happened. They presented to the agency head. The agency head saw this campaign, picked up the phone and called the network head. This is all happening in front of me. The network head sees the campaign while on the call, says that, okay, this is going to win gold. Okay. Now, what happens is you have to understand that there are a few award shows which are good award shows.
Let's talk Cannes
like,
only.
like one show is good. DNAD is very, very
So
good.
let's
The
talk
ethics
about
are very strong.
just talk Cannes only.
Cannes, okay.
So what happened then?
What happens in Cannes is that where does Cannes get their money to host this award show? They have to bring in money, right? It's a business. It's a revenue model, right? Their revenue comes in from agencies, correct? If I am the head of a large network agency and I tell you that, look, I'm going to give you business worth 100 million this business year. In exchange for that, I want these campaigns to win. Are you seriously going to fucking tell me, I'm so sorry, that's not going to happen? That campaign won gold. Okay? Because of a conversation that happened. There are exceptions to that rule.
So you're saying by and large, Cannes is just about money.
And this has been talked about a lot.
Okay.
It's come out in various articles around the world. People have spoken about this.
Okay, so
It is
which one did you say is the credible?
DNAD is credible. One show
DNAD
is credible.
So do you don't want to win a DNAD? And they have a gold or what is there?
Yeah, they have a gold.
They have a gold. You don't want to win that.
For sure, I want to win that. But again, the second thing still applies.
Which is?
Which is the ethics part of it. Principally, I'm not okay with fudging numbers. Like if I know this only went to 5 households and I'm
No, I moved on the question. I'm saying that you still aspire to win a DNAD award.
I don't anymore. I don't aspire to it.
You don't.
There's been a dramatic shift. I mean, when I was in network agencies, if I was still in a network agency and if you asked me this question, I would have said yes. Yeah. Now it doesn't really matter. What matters is that I fucking get an early retirement. That's all that matters.
Cool.
Do good work and get an early retirement.
So no fudging, no Cannes.
No.
Okay.
You've signed on a client and it's been 2 months. Yeah. You've raised the first invoice. It's been cleared. You've raised the second invoice. It hasn't been cleared. You sent a reminder. Silence. You've raised, you sent another email. Silence. On the third email, the person picks up the phone and tells you that, listen, we're not going to be clearing your invoice because what you projected our sales was going to be, it's not been that. We're not happy. We're not clearing invoice. What will you do? Has this happened to you?
No. People have not paid money. Enough and more people have not paid money, but this has never been the cited reason.
Okay.
It's just breach of contract, right? And I would just take legal recourse.
You've taken legal recourse before?
We have.
And you've gotten paid?
Yes.
You told me about this legal company that does this, no?
Yeah. So now there are other options as well, right? So now if you are an MSME registered agency, if you have an MSME certification, the government also helps you with getting money back.
But that's only for Indian clients, not for overseas clients.
For Indian clients. Okay, that's one. In fact, if you are an MSME registered company, companies are liable to settle your bills within 45 days. If they doesn't get settled within 45 days, I think it's an 18% annualized interest that they are liable to pay. Right? So on the MSME portal, you can file those claims saying that, hey, listen, invoice was raised on this day and it's been 90 days. So the remaining 45 days, this is the interest amount. And that notice is then sent to the company by the government.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So those recourses exist.
Okay.
But if it is a breach of contract, then you just go for legal recourse. It's as simple as that. Usually the way we do this is that at the moment what we have kind of become more stricter on is that 2 invoices pending, we stop work.
You stop work?
We stop work. We just proactively offer a notice, have a conversation and then offer a notice.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't say that clear our invoices.
No,
and then
we have a
just-
conversation, and
Okay.
if we think that the conversation is not moving anywhere, then we offer a notice.
And then you still take legal recourse.
Then depends. If people are willing to settle, and if they say that okay, we'll settle in a certain amount of time, then it's fine. If we find that that doesn't happen, then legal recourse. And the legal recourse is basically nothing, man. It's basically notices which go, right? And if you're a private limited company, and if a notice goes, it goes to all your directors, etc., etc. It's just painful for everybody. Ideally, it's avoidable, right? Most of the time, I have found that legal recourses are not required, right? As in, people eventually kind of come to a cadence where they end up settling. I have a lot of empathy towards the cash flow cycle of a founder. The problem is when I don't get that same empathy because I also run a business, right? As in, if the attitude is that if you start finding that they kind of start thinking that they can take you for a ride, that's the problem.
I agree.
If people come back and say, hey, listen, honestly, right now I don't have money, but I'll pay you, right?
So how do you believe them? There's no way that you could like.
You have to take those calls on people, right? And see, if you have a relationship with somebody for a while, right, as in you kind of understand, and fundamentally we like to trust and believe people, right? And because of which we've lost money as well. But we would much rather go with the position of trust than mistrust. As in, I don't like second guessing. I don't like mistrust in an equation. So most of the time it's happened, but yeah, there have been defaults where legal recourses have also been required.
Okay, your turn.
You were invited to a marketing event,
Okay.
panel discussion,
Okay.
where some conversation was happening around something related to advertising and marketing, and one of the panelists shows a campaign which was done by you and completely starts ripping apart that campaign.
Okay.
Now we don't know whether that panelist is aware that you did the campaign, right? As in,
The panelist is not aware that I did it.
it is likely, as in, it's not a personal vendetta, right? As in,
It's not a personal vendetta.
it's not, right? As in, the person is not picking you apart, but the person
Picking the campaign apart.
genuinely. How would you handle that situation?
Does the panelist come from the agency marketing background?
Imagine the panelist has the same on-paper chops as you.
Okay.
Right.
But that's a very easy conversation. I would engage the person in debate. I would say that, look, this campaign went out. These were the results of the campaign. Now, you're entitled to your point of view. Absolutely. Right? I'm entitled to my point of
But
view.
first, would you acknowledge that I did it?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say, okay, what didn't you like about this, right? In spite of this campaign delivering on results, I'm happy to hear what you didn't like about it, why you felt this was off. And I would try and support the work that we've done. I would always try and support the work that we've done.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, a piece of work that I've done is not good, in which case I'll own.
You'll still say that, hey, we did it, and
I did it and I fucked up. Which is, interesting one. And interesting one because I've faced this before. A friend of yours, let's say you guys went to the same B school together, right? This friend of yours joins the client side, is for all practical purposes a client right now, has reached out to you and says, Adi, I want to bring an agency on board. I want to work with you. But there's a catch. The catch is that this guy wants to get rich quick, right? And he's saying, look, I'm going to give you a monthly retainer from the company of 10 lakhs. You have to send me 5 lakhs of cash every month, right? What would you do?
have been offered in the past, said no. Not by a friend, but somebody have been offered, said no.
In spite of it adding cash flow to yourself?
Yeah.
Get into the weeds. Why? Why have you said no?
Ethical compass around this is binary, right? Essentially, you're doing fraud, and you are doing fraud. And
Hang on. You were not doing fraud. The other person is doing fraud.
So you are facilitating the fraud, and thereby you are doing the fraud.
Okay.
Okay. So it's accessory to murder, right? Or whichever way you want to call it. It's essentially that. So the lines on this are fairly clear. As in, here, there is no gray area about this. Wouldn't do it.
Are you aware that agencies make their money doing this?
Agencies make their money doing this.
I'll give you an example. So, and I'll tell you what I do, and I'll tell you what agencies, advertising agencies do, right? So, for example, advertising agencies will, let's say they get a film project of whatever, 15, 20 lakhs or whatever it is, right? They engage the production house and says, look, we will give you this production if you give us a kickback of 30% of this, right? Production houses say, yeah. Agencies make money, they pay salaries. That's how agencies make money. I have a very different rule. I don't do kickbacks and shit. So essentially, if I know that the client is willing to pay, let's say 10 lakhs for a film, right? And I know that this is the budget, and an agency has quoted like fucking whatever, let's say 8 lakhs for this project. I'll say you quote, why are you quoting 8 lakhs? Quote 10 lakhs. This is the budget for the campaign. Put in more creative work, put in better lights, put in better cameras, right? You're going to be left with a slight surplus at the end, whether like 20,000 bucks or whatever that is. Pay for my team to come for the shoot so that I can use that as a learning opportunity.
No, but okay. So there are two parts to this. Okay, so one is called what you're referring to is referral fees. Okay.
Referral fees.
So for example, if I come to you and say, hey Bo, there is these couple of brands which have come to me. This is the kind of work I'm not very good at. You take on that work.
Yeah.
And if you charge 1 lakh a month, you pay me 10,000 bucks. Okay. That's referral fees.
I'm not talking about how is this referral fees?
So you're saying, I'm saying that's one side of this, right? And which is fine. Referral fees is completely fine.
Correct, absolutely.
So I then
finder's fee.
Then I have to decide whether the amount which the client will agree on minus the referral fee still works for me. And I'm willing to part that referral fee, which is fine, right? And I can do it, and it's all legal. I will get an invoice for the referral fee. I'll transfer the money to an account, whatever. All that is fine for me. All that, there is no blurry lines there. Okay. Now, the other part which you said, that give me cash and take overcharge from my company, like the original question, that the work is worth 5 lakhs, but you charge 6, 7, 10, whatever.
Yeah.
And the additional you give me in cash, right, which is illegal, is a problem. Okay. That we will not do. But the third thing which you were saying, right?
Even in your darkest days, even when salaries,
won't do.
Salaries are not being paid, you won't do that even to sustain your company.
Won't do.
Okay?
Won't do. Yeah, because these things stick with you forever, right? As in what? Like 1 month salary, and there is no coming back from this. As in, if the moral compass shifts, right, there is no coming back. Then you don't know where to draw the line. There is line. It's not a moving line. You can't move it by like 2 inches just because you needed to, then another 2 inches. Where do you stop, right? As in, the line is the line. It's as simple as that. But on your point, right, I think I understand where you're coming from, right? As in, you were saying that if the client is okay to pay 10 lakh rupees for a particular work, but the production house only requires 8, is it not your onus to go back to the client and say that, hey, this work only needed 8 lakhs and here keep your other 2?
No.
The budget is the max limit, right?
No, I'm talking about lower end of the spectrum, not the max limit.
No, I'm saying somebody said my budget is 10 lakhs.
Yeah,
but the work is getting done in 8.
It doesn't generally happen like that. They'll say, my clients will say, look, my 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs, I can't go beyond 15.
But I can't, but 10 to 15 is
I want to close this at 10. Right? If a production house comes to me and says, look, our budget is 8, I will first of all look at the treatment. Right? And if I know that in that treatment note, this is a good treatment note.
Which is working. Let's agree. Yeah. So
then no problem. That's fine.
So there's no quality compromise in this.
Correct. But if I see that the treatment could be better had they little bit more money in the mix.
Understood. Which is fine. So then you get it.
Then put those stuff in, because I know, like for example, you need a certain kind of lighting to light up a set.
Yeah. And if they're taking cheaper ass lighting or whatever, lesser lighting, whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I will enable them to make the production quality better, because at the end of the day,
but this other thing, what I would do differently is that suppose I'm able to give a lakh of rupees of saving to the client, right? I would go back to the client and say that, listen, this was supposed to be done at 10. I've got it done at 9. But because there's a lack of saving, can I take 50,000 out of it and use this as a learning opportunity for a couple of people from my team? You're still going to save money, but this is going to help. I would just ask that question. If they say no, they say no. That's
fair.
that's the only difference I would have, because then everything is transparent, right? And it's just the money. It's not big enough. Number one, it's you don't want to have that conversation later on. Ki, oh, why?
Yeah,
were
but it's
there-
not money coming into the company. Only.
I know, but this conversation, why were there 3 people on the shoot? What happened? Why do you want to get that? I would go down that path, as in I would just prefer it to be simpler that way.
Okay. Whose question is it?
I asked you this.
You asked me this, no? Okay.
No, you asked me. Siphon of money.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, so we do a lot of, as in both of us, do a lot of work with brands where there is some sort of visible difference in life, etc., etc. Right? It's not like a T-shirt where you wear, but like either products you eat, health, supplementation, all of that. Where what they are asking you to show as a before-after consequence of consuming that product, right? Like baldness, for example.
Traya, I've worked on Traya.
You worked on Traya, right? And so I don't know whether Traya's products deliver on the promise that they make, but let's, for the sake of argument, assume that if you knew before the campaign that whatever they were asking you to claim doesn't work, the product doesn't
I've
do
never
it.
faced that situation.
So
for
hypothetical
Traya,
only.
there's a clinical study.
So hypothetical only. I'm saying hypothetically, if you were told that, if you were convinced that nahi, ye jo bol rahe hai na, thoda exaggeration hai, this doesn't work like that.
No, I would immediately push back.
You wouldn't do it.
Immediately. Yeah. See, the role of marketing, the way I see it, is not to twist facts.
Yeah.
It's to amplify what is good.
And
Right? It's
present
not
it
to lie.
interestingly.
Correct. It's not to lie blatantly.
Yeah.
Because I feel that forget about fucking ethics and shit. Just from a brand perspective, you're going to be found out. In about 3-4
Sooner
months,
rather than
people
later.
buy, you're going to be found out. What happens then?
Yeah.
So I would never recommend this to any of my clients to begin with.
Yeah.
I would say let's not fucking do it before or after.
Yeah. No, fair. Okay. Last questions. Did we have the timer on right now? Or
No, we didn't.
Oh,
But
damn
it's
it.
okay.
Last question.
Hypothetically, and let's say that you're running a company, and your share at the end of the month from this company is, let's say, 5 lakhs a month. And let's say that you don't have any partners, because you've answered that first question. Let's say you don't have any partners. You're the solo founder of this company.
Got it.
Yeah? Same company that you're running. You get an offer to join a brand side with a salary of 25 lakhs in hand cash, by cash obviously, not cash.
Yeah. After tax, 25 lakhs.
Yes, 25 lakhs a month. Your company is about 5 years old. You have 15 employees.
Oh, now you're complicating this. Okay.
You have 15 employees. 25 lakhs in hand. You can join 2 months later. What will you do?
I was never very employable.
Hypothetical scenario.
No. So, and that self-awareness is every year I become more self-aware of the fact that I'm not very employable.
Why do you say you're not employable?
I don't work well in employment situations. I don't deal well with authority. I can't handle organizational politics. I'm not good at it.
Okay.
And I don't want to be in those situations.
Okay.
And money in the form of salary is not a driver for me.
What do you mean money in the form of salary? Money is money.
No, money is not money. There is money in the form of salary, and there's money in the form of business. Okay, it's different. As in the dimensions.
It's still coming to you at the end of the month.
The emotion around that money is different.
Okay.
You know, right? As in, I want name on building, as in all those kind of things, right? So I'm driven differently.
Okay.
So I would not take it.
You would turn down a 25 lakh in hand of fucking hell. Okay.
I would. Now, the other added dynamic is that now you've given me a 15-member team.
Yeah.
And I'm very passionate about my team. Had you said that you were a solo consultant, right?
But there's a way to manage that.
No.
That's the reason I said 15
No, so I'll tell you.
people and 2 months. That's the reason why.
The way I would think about it is that I am deserting my people, which I would not do.
But you would set them up.
I would not do it. If I have taken you on a path right, with me, I would not leave you hanging.
I would answer that question very differently, but yeah, your turn.
Similar question, which is for you, right? So suppose, let's say, uh, I'll just give you my example, right? I don't know who I haven't met your team members recently, so I don't know who all are there. But let's say you have a team party and I end up meeting your team members, right? Like you come to my team parties and suppose I come to your team party. I kind of figure out a way and I go and talk to all of them, right? Behind your back, you don't know this has happened. I'm saying that, hey, all of you together, come here. I'll give you double the salary, better work. I kind of take everybody on board. Now they come and ask you, okay, listen, we've got this crazy offer where all of us are, the condition is all of them move together and everybody will just double salaries instantly and with a lock-in for 2 years that we won't leave them be on the road after 2 months. So it's not like somebody trying to shut down your agency by taking everybody out and then sacking them in 2 months. Proper, genuine offer. If they come and say that this is what has happened, what do you think we should do? How would you respond?
In this hypothetical scenario, it's you.
No, I'm just a placeholder. It's not me.
You're a placeholder.
It's not me.
It's not you. Okay.
Random third person.
Okay. And how do I come to know about this?
The employees have come and told you that we've got this offer. All of us are supposed to resign together. All of us are supposed to move together. And this is where we are. What do you think we should do?
Okay. So before anything else, this is the way I look at myself. Before I'm the boss or collaborator or co-worker, I'm invested in everyone's growth. Okay. So that's the first filter in which I look at myself with people I work with. So the conversation I'm going to have with them is going to be a very different conversation, right? It's not going to be an upsetting. I, of course, will be upset about it, but internally. Externally, I'm not going to let that show, right? Externally, it's going to be a very balanced conversation whether I'll tell them that, look, is this, first of all, the right fit for your particular career trajectory or not? I'll make them understand. If I think that it's a great move for them, I will say, yes, please quit. Please serve that 1 month notice. Give me some time before I hire someone.
Like I need one more person.
Yeah, I mean, I need to hire, right? I mean, I can't let my agency die. So give me some time to hire someone. But yeah, please.
I would do the same thing.
Please leave.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I
please
would do
leave.
the same thing.
But I would also say that, look, if this is not the right move for you, don't go.
But, the thought I would leave on the table for them. If the person who's giving you this offer is capable of doing something like this,
Doing something like what?
like disrupting an entire agency, knowing that taking away that entire team is essentially going to destabilize the agency significantly, and the person is still okay with that choice. Okay, I would plant that thought saying that,
Look, man,
what-
I've realized that.
no, I'm going to say decision is yours, but I'm just going to plant that thought saying that if this person is capable of doing this, what happens when it's your turn?
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? As in,
I hear
that's
you.
the call you need to take.
I hear you. But I've realized, I've lived on this earth long enough to realize that in business, people are fucking ruthless. And people like you and me are very less in number. So,
I sleep well at night, man.
yeah, so do I. But there are more people like that
Yeah.
than people like us. And that's always going to be the case.
Yeah. But I would just leave that thought
Doesn't
for sure.
necessarily make them bad human beings, I feel. It makes them sharks. Makes them sharks.
Fair.
I don't think I have it in me to be a shark.
Yeah.
I'm not a shark. I'm not shark
I'm
material.
too soft and too nice to be a shark.
I'm not shark material.
Yeah.
I'm like guppy fish.
Yeah.
So,
So before
but
we
this is an interesting. We should do this more often.
do you have any last questions or are we
No, I don't have any last questions.
good? On that note, very interesting conversation yet again, Mr. Dasgupta.
Yeah, we should do more.
always a pleasure.
Yeah, most
These are my car
podcasts
keys.
on this. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was entertaining for you. These hypothetical scenarios. If you have any hypothetical scenarios that you would like to throw at us, please do that in the comment section, and we will try and
And at
answer
the
them
rapid
in the
pace
next-
that Bo is talking, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, talk fast. Sorry. Bye. Thank you for watching.